Well, I don't know if this is working, but we'll check it out. Oh, it says I'm live now, but let me see, my chat's not working. Hey folks, Todd Verge here. Good to see you. I think. Redoing my chat doesn't seem to be working. Give me a holler there to see if this thing, actually it shows that nobody, it shows 0. On my phone it's showing that people are watching, but on my chat it shows nobody watching. Let me reboot that. All Bob Dylan tonight. All Bob Dylan. Be right with you, folks. Come all you old-time cowboys and listen to my song. I assure you won't grow weary as I won't detain you long. Concerning some wild cowboys who did agree to go and spend the summer pleasant on the range of the buffalo. Well, I found myself in Griffin in 1883 when a man by the name of Crago came walking up to me. He said, "How do you do, young fella? How would you like to go and spend the summer pleasant on the range of the buffalo?" Well, me being out of work right then to the drover, I did say, heading out on the buffalo range depends upon the pay. And if you pay good wages and transportation to and fro, I think I might go with you on the range of the buffalo. Well, of course I pay good wages. Transportation too, if you agree to work with me until the season's through. But if you do get homesick and try to run away, you'll surely lose your life and your family will never see your pay. Well, with all this flattering talking, he signed up quite a crew, 10 or 12 in number, able-bodied through and through. And our trip, it was a pleasant one all through New Mexico, till we crossed the Peace River on the range of the buffalo. It was there our pleasures ended and our troubles all began. The lightning striking on us made the cattle run. We got all full of stickers from the cactus that did grow. And those bandits waited to pick us off hills of Mexico. Well, the working season ended, but the drover did not pay. He said, "You drank up all your money, boys, and you're all in debt to me." But us cowboys never cared for his corrupt, bankrupt tone. So we left that bastard's bones to bleach. On the range of the buffalo. There's no snow in Alaska. Hello, Bob Dylan fans, I assume. It's good to see you guys. I'm having a little bit of technical issues, but it doesn't seem to. Maybe I'm okay. Send me a message wherever you are. Just make sure I'm seeing from everybody. Brother Max is here. Michael Mullins is here. Leanne's here. Hello, hello. Jim's here from Canada. Todd Burge is here, I notice. Todd Trevs is here from Boaz. Let it snow. Right on, man. Good to see you, Todd. All right. I'm starting these shows with a traditional number that Dylan has played. And this one's on his first album. Mike. Mom. Mittens. Dolly. Rick. Kathy. Kathy Sue. Lauren. Good to see you guys. Okay, I'm ready to go. Starting, I hate to start late. I'm starting a minute late. So here we go. We're going to start with this traditional number by many people. Carla, howdy. Cindy, good to see you. Dad's calling from Paris. Good to see you guys. I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days. I say goodbye to Colorado, where I was born and partly raised. Where I was born and partly raised. Your mother says I'm just a stranger. My face you'll never see no more. But there is one promise, darling. I'll see you on God's golden shore. I'll see you on God's golden shore. I'm bound to ramble through ice and snow, sleet and rain. I am about to ride that morning railroad. Perhaps I'll die upon that train. Perhaps I'll die upon that train. So I'm going back to Colorado. That's right. The place where I started from. If I'd known how bad you treat me, honey, I would never, never, ever, ever, I never would have come. No, honey, I never would have come. Man of Constant Sorrow. That's from Dylan's first album, believe it or not, on Dylan's first record. I don't know what year that was. You guys can tell me. Somebody that knows better. Maybe that was 1962. But there was only one original song on Dylan's first album. Hey, Jim. Jim. Thanks, everybody. So I want to play another one here. This one sounds traditional, but and then I want to read you something Dylan says about his transition from the doing all traditional numbers pretty much and some Woody Guthrie covers and whatnot into becoming a songwriter. Would that be interesting to you? It interests me. These first two songs are winter songs. For sure. For sure. I got requests for this one last week too, so I'm very happy to do it. I do not have a little mic on my harmonica. That's like Neil Young does. He has two little mics in there. And this mic's picking up everything in the neighborhood. It probably, if Dolly and Rick would talk loud in their living room next door, it'd probably pick them up. So keep it down up there. All right, here we go. If you're traveling to the North Country Fair, 'cause the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. If you're going down to the snowflake storm, see for me, she has a coat so warm, to keep her from a howling wind. Would you see for me that her hair hangs long and rolls and falls all around her breast? Will you see for me that her hair's hanging long? That's the way I remember her the best. I'm wondering if she remembers me at all. Many times I hoped and I prayed, in the darkness of my nights, in the brightness of the day. If you're traveling down to the North Country Fair, the winds hit heavy on the borderline. Remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. She once was a true. She once was a true love of mine. North Country girl. No, girl from the North Country, I should say. Thank you so much. So, let's talk about songwriting just for a minute. This is, you may or may not know that Bob Dylan is world renowned for literature too. A Nobel winner. Anyway, I love this book, and I read it right when it came out. Like most things that Dylan releases, I listen to or read immediately. He has some artwork on display. I can't remember where it is. It's a big deal, big artwork that you can. Anyway, you could Google that and find it right away. Some really fantastic artwork out there. I marked this. Let's see. I know, so I wouldn't be stumped. Oh, here it is.
So he talks in this book about a lot of things, but he talks about going into the studio the first time, and basically up to that time he had been spending time. He went to New York from Hibbing, Minnesota, at the age of 19, I believe, basically just to seek out Woody Guthrie. He was really into Woody Guthrie, and he wanted to meet him. Woody Guthrie at the time was in a hospital. He had I want to say Lou Gehrig's disease, of something of that sort. He couldn't play anymore, and Bob Dylan would visit him. Some others would visit him too, but people that you would know, singers and whatnot, would pilgrimage, make a pilgrimage to go see Woody Guthrie. Bob got to know him quite well. He'd bring him a pack of cigarettes. He'd bring Woody a pack of cigarettes, and Woody Guthrie would ask Bob Dylan to sing Woody Guthrie songs. And he wanted to hear his own songs. Woody couldn't play them, of course. And so Bob would sit and play Woody Guthrie songs to Woody Guthrie. Which is quite interesting. But anyway, that's what brought Bob Dylan to New York. But in this book, he talks about his first going in the studio for the first time, and the name I mentioned here, Lou, into Lou's tape recorder. Lou was the person recording him or producing him. Into Lou's tape recorder, I could make things up on the spot, all based on folk music structure. And it came natural. As far as serious songwriting went, the songs I could see myself writing, if I was that talented, would be the kind of songs I wanted to sing. Outside of Woody Guthrie, I didn't see a single living soul who did it. Sitting in Lou's office, I rattled off lines and verses based on the stuff I knew. Cumberland Gap, Fire on the Mountain, Shady Grove, Hard It Ain't Hard. I changed the words around and added something of my own here and there. That's, of course, I was doing Manicon Cesaro, and he was from Chicago, not Kentucky, Nothing do or die, nothing really formulated, all major chord stuff, maybe a typical minor key thing, something like 16 tons. You could write 20 or more songs off that one melody by slightly altering it. I could slip in a verse or lines from old spirituals or blues. That was okay. Others did it all the time. There was little headwork involved. What I usually did was start out with some kind of line written in stone, and turn it with another line, make it up to something else than it originally sounded like. That's folk music, folks. People would hear something, they would remember as much as possible, write their own lyrics, and it becomes something else, get passed down through the years. This is how Dylan started writing. It's not like I ever practiced this. It wasn't too thought-consuming. Not that I would sing any of it on stage either. But anyway, he goes into the studio with the pressure of doing this first record, and he basically did that first record by twisting around folk songs. The second album is quite something. It goes into something else. Okay, so onward. How's everybody doing? Yes, Huntington's Chorea, that's right. John's correcting me. John Osterley corrected me on the disease that Guthrie had, poor man. Huntington's Chorea, is that how you spell it? Or, yeah. Bill wants to come here and... All right, I'll get with you guys later. Moving forward. Okay, here's a song I've never played. Some of these songs I've played over the years. This was requested by a friend, but I've never played this. I've played it with people, messing around playing a harmonica, but I've never actually played it myself. And I want to get it right. I need a B flat harmonica. For you following along, once again, thanks so much. Hey, the shows are free. And of course, there's my new album. If you'd like to pick up an album, that would really please me. You go to toddbirch.com. I'm going to put, but if you'd like to tip me, some of you folks have tipped me, and it's not crucial, but if you want to tip me, in the thread below, you'll see the various ways that you can tip if you are enjoying this and you have the means. I would appreciate that. You're keeping me going through COVID. Thanks so much. Oh, the streets of Rome are filled with rubble. Ancient footprints are everywhere. You could almost think that you're seeing double on a cold dark night on the Spanish stairs. Oh, gotta hurry on back to my hotel room, where I got me a date with Botticelli's niece. So she promised she'd be there with me when I paint my masterpiece. Oh, the hours we spent inside the Coliseum, dodging lions and wasting time. Oh, those mighty kings of the jungle, I could hardly stand to see them. Oh yes, it sure has been a long, hard time. Train wheels running through the back of my memory when I ran on a hilltop following a pack of wild geese. Someday things are gonna be like a rhapsody when I paint my masterpiece. Alright, sailing around the world in the dirty gondola. Oh, to be back in the land of Coca-Cola. Take it, Todd. Okay. Well, I left Rome, I landed in Brussels, on a plane ride so bumpy I almost cried. Clergymen in uniform and young girls pulling muscles. Everyone was there to greet me, oh, when I stepped inside. The newspaper men, they were eating candy, had to be held down by the bake police. Someday everything's gonna be different when I paint my masterpiece. Someday when I paint my masterpiece. True story right there. All right. It's time for this thing. Get a closer look at it. Looks big, doesn't it? That makes it look really big. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Our conversation was short and sweet. It nearly knocked me off my feet. Now I'm back in the rain, and you are on dry land. You made it there somehow. You're a big girl now. Bird on the horizon, sitting on a fence. He's singing his song for me at his own expense. Now I'm just like that bird, singing just for you. I hope that you can hear me through these tears. Time is a jet plane, it moves too fast, but what a shame that all we had, it can't last. I can change, I swear. See what you can do. I can make it through. You can make it too. Love is so simple, to quote a phrase. You've known it all the time, and I'm learning it these days. Oh, I know where to find you, in somebody's room. It's a price I have to pay. You're a big girl all the way. A change in the weather is known to be extreme, but what's the sense of changing horses in mid-stream? I'm going out of my mind with a pain that stops and starts,
like a corkscrew to my heart. Ever since we've been apart. You're a big girl now. Hey, Keith. Yeah, Wayne likes the uke, don't you? Some people call it ook. Let me see, where am I here? Got a little cheat sheet here. Got a few songs left. How's everybody doing? Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark, man, how you doing? Hope everything's well with everybody. So I've got one more of these Dylan shows left next week. I know I'm going to do Like a Rolling Stone. I've never played that before. I've whipped up a kind of cool version of that. I'm going to do a couple off New Morning, I believe. Had some requests rolling in. If you have a request, lay it on me. And then in March, I will be playing and talking about my very first solo recording called Never Say Uncle. It came out in 1990. I had it remastered last year and have new CDs out. And I'm going to play, the first week of March, I will be doing the first side of the album, and talking about writing the songs. And actually, the album was really inspired by when I was first turned on by Dylan back in the late 80s. I was really just kind of discovered Dylan, and that's why I'm playing it in March. And then I'm going to do the second side the following Wednesday. It's a long album, and talk about how I came up with those songs. And then on a Saturday, a special show the second week of March. I'm going to play it in its entirety, and hope you join me there. And maybe we'll get some different folks on. Although I noticed there's some different folks on. Who's watching for the first time? I see. There's Cindy is making a political statement on here, but okay. Good to see you, Cindy. Anyway, we're on Twitter. We're on two different Facebook pages, and we're on YouTube tonight. And just hello to everybody out there. Thanks for supporting what I love to do here. So swift, the rain won't lift, gate won't close, the railings froze. Keep your mind off a winter time, you ain't going nowhere. We ride me high, tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Oh, we're gonna fly down into the easy chair. Morning came and the morning went. Pick up your money, pack up your tent. You ain't going nowhere. Ooh, we ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Ooh, substitutes. Strap yourself to the tree with roots. You ain't going nowhere now. Genghis Khan, he could not keep all his kings supplied with sleep. We'll climb that hill no matter how steep. When we get up to it, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Oh, we're gonna fly down into the easy chair. Ooh, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Oh, we're gonna fly down into the easy chair. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll get the 91 Takamine out now for the next one. I think there's a theme. There's a thread through all these songs. This is the truest thing ever written. Truest thing ever written. Hey, John. First time listener, John Bolton. Well, thanks, John. Goes out to John. You may be the ambassador to England or France. You might like to gamble. You might like to dance. You might be a heavyweight champion of the world. You might be a socialite with a long string of pearls, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Gonna have to serve somebody. It might be the devil, it might be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Might be a rock and roll addict prancing on the stage. Might have drugs at your command, women on a cage. You may be a businessman or some high degree thief. They may call you doctor, they may call you chief, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Gonna have to serve somebody. It might be the devil, it might be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You might be a state trooper, you might be a Turk, you might be the head of some big TV network. You might be rich or poor, blind or lame. You may be living in another country under an assumed name, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, indeed, you're gonna have to serve somebody. It might be the devil, it might be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. might be a construction worker working on a home. Maybe living in a mansion, maybe living in a dome. You may own guns, you may even own tanks. Maybe somebody's landlord, maybe you own some banks, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, indeed, you're gonna serve somebody. It might be the devil, it might be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You might be a preacher preaching spiritual pride. You might be a city councilman taking bribes on the side. You might work in a barber shop, you might know how to cut some hair. Maybe somebody's mistress, maybe somebody's heir. You're gonna have to serve somebody, yeah. You're gonna have to serve somebody. It might be the devil, it might be the Lord. You're gonna have to serve somebody. You may call me TB, you may call me Tab, you may call me Bungie, you may call me Dad, you may call me Zimmy, you may call me Bobby, maybe L, Diggy, G, but no matter what you name me, you're gonna have to serve somebody, yeah. You're gonna have to serve somebody, yeah. It might be the devil or it might be the Lord. But you're gonna have to serve somebody. Oh, serve somebody. I believe that's on Saved. Am I right? Is that on Saved? Saved. This is a song Dylan wrote. Deals with, I think it must be, well, I'll just play it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to play the songs. This is from just a fantastic album. It came out in '97. Time Out of Mind. It is an amazing album. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, John. Thanks, Max. Oh, yeah, Every Grain of Sand. Yes, I thought about that one. I'll have to give that a try. I'll give it a go and see if I got it in me for next week. Emmylou Harris does a great version of Every Grain of Sand.
Shadows are falling, and I've been here all day. It's too hot to sleep and time is running away. I feel like my soul has turned to steel. I've still got the scars that the sun didn't let me heal. There's not even room enough to be anywhere. It's not dark yet, but it's getting there. Well, my sense of humanity is going down the drain. Behind every beautiful thing there's some kind of pain. She wrote me a letter, she wrote it so kind. She put down into writing what was on her mind. I don't see why I should even care. It's not dark yet, but it's getting there. I've been to London, I've been to Gay Parade. I followed the river and I got to the sea. I've been to the bottom of a whirlpool of life. I ain't looking for nothing in anyone's eyes. Sometimes my burden is more than I can bear. It's not dark yet, but it's getting there. I was born and I'll die here against my will. I know it looks like I'm moving, but I'm standing still. Every nerve in my body is so naked and numb. I can't even remember what it was that I came here to run away from. Don't even hear the murmur of a single prayer. It's not dark yet, but it's getting there. Not dark yet, folks. Up close look at the This is a 1999 Alvarez. You see the somebody was asking. It's a 514 CE. Thanks, John. Thanks a lot. Junk Food Junkie on Periscope. Larry's great. Larry's great. I talked to Larry Gross today. I say that a lot, but I've been talking to him a lot over the last year. So I'll tell him you said hi. I'll do that. How's that? I mentioned it last time. He got a kick out of it. I'll do two more for you. I appreciate you guys helping me, in many ways, helping me just play shows and have an audience. It's wonderful to have you here, and really what a wonderful time we live in, where we can communicate with each other. Just think how fortunate we are to live in a time where the technology is here, that we can do things like this. You know, I really feel fortunate, and I really appreciate the tips and all. Oh, let me show you something. Let me show you this while I'm thinking of it, while I'm doing a commercial. So for you, those of you, this is a free show, but if you want, my new album is out, live in Parkersburg. I'll officially out in March. It's been out for a while for you folks that have been with me. But and this is the artwork of my daughter, Sophia. As you can see, it's on a T-shirt too. So, and the T-shirt is quite nice, made right here in Parkersburg, and at Dean's Screens. Oh, and by the way, people are always asking me to do large sizes. There you go. Those are at toddbirds.com. That's a 4X right there. That's as big as it gets for me. But anyway. And if you're kind enough to tip me, I really appreciate that. You've really helped get us through COVID. If you want to, we're gig free as far as being in people's faces. It's literally been a year ago February since I was in front of an audience. I've done some streaming shows and some cool things. Played Mountain Stage. That'll air next month. But there wasn't anybody in the audience. But anyway, so it's good that you're here. But it's been a year since I've actually been touring and doing things of that sort, and really this has kept me going, and I really appreciate it. I'll give you the link for the tips. You can go to toddbirds.com. It's right at the top, or you can go here. I'll leave it here. Thanks so much. Yeah, miss you too, Todd. Miss everybody. Really do. We're looking forward to seeing you again. Okay. Here we go. I have to think about this a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe I'll collect, after the third week here, I'll collect 10 of these songs and put out a Dylan album, a little tribute thing. I'm thinking about that. If you guys would be interested in that, I'd be interested in it, but I want people to want that. I know it's been done before, but I've never done it. Sounds better if I'm plugged in. Here we go.
The air is getting hotter. There's a rumble in the sky. I've been wading through high muddy water with the heat rising in my eyes. Every day your memory grows dimmer. It doesn't haunt me like it did before. I've been walking through the middle of nowhere, trying to get to heaven before they close the door. When I was in Missouri, they would not let me be. I tried to leave there in a hurry. I only saw what they let me see. You broke the heart that loved you. Now you can seal up the book and not write anymore. I've been walking down that long, lonesome valley, trying to get to heaven before they close the door. The people on the platforms waiting on the trains, I can hear their hearts beating like pendulums swinging on chains. When you think that you've lost everything, you find out you can always lose a little more. I'm just going down the road feeling bad, trying to get to heaven before they close the door. I'm going down to the river, down to New Orleans. They tell me everything's gonna be alright, but I don't know what alright even means. I was riding in a buggy with Miss Mary Jane. Miss Mary Jane's got a house in Baltimore. I've been all around the world, boys, trying to get to heaven before they close the door. I'm gonna sleep down in the parlor and relive my dreams. I close my eyes and I wonder if everything is as hollow as it seems. Some trains don't pull no gamblers, no midnight ramblers like they did before. I've been to Sugar Town, I've shook the sugar down, trying to get to heaven before they close the door. Got one more for you, folks. Thanks so much for hanging in there with me and enjoying this Bob Dylan music. I'm really
really enjoying going through the Dylan catalog, which is just massive. And with each song that I play, I learn something. And I just learn something about music. Music is it's a never-ending education. It just you can't just. It's not like one day. Well, I've done it all. It's an endless thing. Art is an endless thing. Creativity is an endless thing, and it's so beautiful to dig into somebody's work, a master like this, and rediscover things, see things for the first time, see hidden things or things you didn't realize, and then try to perform them in a respectful way, and then have you listen to that. And it's really my life's work, and I really appreciate you being here for it. Thanks, everybody. Dylan wrote this for a soundtrack, a movie soundtrack. Sing along with me. That's right. Mama, take this badge away from me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Ouch. Mama put my guns in the ground. I just can't shoot them anymore. That cold black cloud is a-coming down. Feels like I'm a-knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for everything. And we'll see you next week for the third and final Dylan show. And yeah, that's it for tonight. Thanks, Mike. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for tuning in. So we're off. Thanks, John. Thanks, Junk Food Junkie. Right on. So I'll read the comments. I'll try to respond to some of these comments later. If I think I missed some comments. I know there were a couple hundred of them flowing in there. And I'll try to get back to you. But we'll see you next week. Spread the news to your Dylan fans. We'll wrap it up next week. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Paula. Thanks, George.